I usually give it a little pause because it's still pretending in the background that it's doing stuff. So, alrighty, we are good to go. Welcome everyone to the weekly package team sync. Welcome again to Nico. I've got a few things that I wanted to quickly cover off, and so I'll get to that right now. Let me just switch to the right view. That's better. So hiring looks like it's going to be ramping up here pretty shortly, and that means adding people to the whole of CI/CD. That might impact us. It may not, as a our smaller team, but just to be aware that we might actually need to be adding people to the team beyond the people we already have we are already planning to add to the team. On that note, certainly be aware that hiring does take a fair amount of time from people, and as an org, we prioritize hiring. So right now, sometimes there's a conversation, for example, going on around the number of interviews per week that a back-end engineer would have to do. Not to say that that's not true for front-end engineers, but it's just that's the conversation that's happening. And ultimately, the decision is that hiring is the higher level lever to pull to actually get more work done and get more stuff done. So that's going to be winning out. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to try and find an easier way to handle that. So there's a conversation going on in Slack, and I created an issue for this on Friday, I think. I'll link that in our document in a minute so peeps can check it out. Does anyone have any questions on that at all? Cool. I'm going to try and actually get signed off to be a back-end hiring technical interviewer for GoLang, because I've already shadowed on a couple of them, one of them, and I've got another shadow. So I'm going to try and do that to try and contribute there, which might take a little bit of time, but it's pretty important. Next topic I wanted to bring up was our issue weight estimates. Issue weight estimates should be done today, ideally. If they slip to tomorrow, that's not a really end of the world, but we have to get them actually completed and deliverable by tomorrow. So let's make sure that we've gone through that process. And remember, this is the end of our milestone now, because we changed it. So 17th is the end, and then we start on the 18th on the new milestone. Questions on that? Nope. And I've shared a dashboard that's been created to show our SMAO. I did have a discussion with Tim Zalman this morning on this. I mentioned that a lot of those metrics just dropped off for us in August sometime, and there may be just some work because we sort of changed the way Snowplow was working. That might be why we started losing that data. So it is really important that we're actually tracking this. So we do have a little bit of work scheduled right now to get some more metrics in. I think Gigi's been working on that. So those are things that we're going to have to really pay attention to, because we can't really track what's going on. I don't have to talk Tim into this because I know it's a big priority for you, Tim. So it is for me too. So it's pretty important. Cool. And that's all we have listed. Very fast meeting today. Is there anything that we need to discuss this week? Does anyone have any questions? This includes you, Nico, as well. I know you're new and there's probably a lot you don't know, but it's okay to ask questions. We all know what it feels like to start and try to get up to speed. Go ahead, Tim, if you want.
I just had an add-on for the SMAO stuff to maybe just clarify some things. So one, there's two pieces to it. One, we're not collecting a lot of metrics for our stage. We know that that's what Gigi's working on. The other piece is the actual SMAO definition. Currently, it only includes whether or not they have packages on or off at the instance level. It doesn't include container registry on or off, which is actually available. That metric is possible. It's just not included in the SMAO definition yet. So there's two bodies of work. One is the instrumentation, and then us pulling everything into our own dashboard, which is, I think, what you linked. But the other piece of it is working with the telemetry team or the growth team to make sure the SMAO definition is right, and then it's showing up in the company dashboards as such. But as of right now, we're we're underestimating in several different ways, but it's in progress.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for that. I added a link there to the issue for the definition, which is issue 51 in telemetry. And that was part 1, and part 2 was the other, excuse me, it was the other way around, wasn't it? Yeah, so there's 2 parts to that, and the collecting of metrics we're already working on, and the definition is something that's linked in that issue. I just pasted there. What was the other thing? This is the issue. Yeah, where did he link that to? Yeah, anyway, so that's a good call out. Thank you for that. Cool. That's all I have. Any other questions? How was everybody's weekend? Good, I hope.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, it was good. It was busy, but a lot of fun.
Nice. Good to hear that. All right. Well, I don't want to keep everyone. If no one's got any questions or whatever, then we should probably sign off.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.